salaries I have been seeing for certain jobs, I am shocked with how low they've gotten.
Tell me if this has ever happened to you. You work in a job, maybe at a small business, maybe at a corporation, where you are a lower paid employee, or at least there's a big gap between what you make and what the people at the top of the company make. And you go to your boss and you ask them, what can I do to earn more money? Or maybe you talk to the owner directly, somebody who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars more than you, and you ask them, what can I do to make the amount of money you are making? And they don't have a satisfactory answer for you. Like maybe they tell you, well, you can do these things, you can work for commission, but it all requires some kind of trade-off. And ultimately the answer, frankly, is there's nothing you can do to make as much money as me. This is not a new conversation, but in this age of TikTok, we're all connected. We're all sharing more information. Not only in our own companies has it become in vogue to talk about how much money we're making, it's become easier to tell how much money the business you work for is making, how much money the owners are making, and inflation is going up, the cost of living is increasing, our salaries aren't keeping up. It's not news, it's not new, but there are some things I think bosses and owners particularly should be thinking about, and that employees can also think about that can help us address this problem. I want to tell you a story about it to illustrate what I mean. I used to work for a small sales-oriented business. There were 10 employees, and the owner made several times more than the lowest paid employee. Lowest paid employee might have made like $45,000, and the owner in a good year would make between $250,000 and $500,000. The highest paid employee made less than $100,000, and they had some other incentives like a small percentage of the profits are shared with all employees, and they have 401k match and vacation days and stuff like that. But the incentives were not aligned. And to be fair, the owner took a disproportionate share of the risk. Like if we had a $100,000 order and something went wrong and we decided as a business we needed to eat the cost of it, that ultimately came out of the owner's pocket. But this company had such a high rate of churn. We were always hiring people because people were always leaving the company. Like if we hired someone, it was far less likely they were going to last a year than that they would last a year or more. Not only this, but engagement was super low. Like these are salaried employees, but the owner was constantly struggling and asking me, I feel like nobody is as invested in this as I am. I say that it's a busy week, but people are coming in late, or they're taking long lunches, or they're leaving early. What can I do to fix that? This person felt like the salaries alone were fair compensation, but what I want to say to them and what I want to say to any owner of a business is, I don't think it's fair at all. And to solve this problem, you have to do a better job of aligning your employees' incentives and your incentives so that they are more equal. There's an account right here on TikTok. Madeline Pendleton is the creator. She runs a business where all the employees, including herself, the owner, are paid the same base salary. I think it's like $75,000, and I think they adjust